Kingdom Hearts 3 has been out for over a week now, and after more than a decade of waiting for the next numbered Kingdom Hearts entry, it is time to see how Kingdom Hearts 3 stacks up against the rest of the series, and if it lives up to every expectation. Fair warning, there will be no spoilers in this video. If that's what you're looking for, I'll be doing an in-depth discussion and theory crafting video later on this week, so be on the lookout for that. Kingdom Hearts 3 has, by far and away, the most visually impressive gameplay that Kingdom Hearts has ever offered us. For returning fans of the series, you should feel right at home, between the standard mash X to win gameplay that has been a staple of the franchise since the very beginning, the plethora of triangle commands returning from Kingdom Hearts 2, as well as the return of shot lock and flow motion from titles such as Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance, there's a fighting style for everybody. New to this entry are the attraction commands. I've heard a wide range of opinions on attractions, but I honestly love the flashiness and spectacle. The pirate ship is definitely my favorite. If you're one of the people who's not so fond of attractions, thankfully you can flip through your triangle commands using the L2 button or LT on Xbox. If it's the opening cinematic for each that bothers you, you can skip this with the square or X buttons on the Xbox, or turn them off completely in the settings menu. Grand Magic is also a new addition. After casting so many uses of the same spell, you will get a Grand Magic triangle reaction, allowing you to use a greater version of the spell for no MP cost. At endgame, you will be using spells such as Thundaza or Firaza, which feel absolutely fantastic. The addition of 2 extra follower slots makes for some fun group triangle reactions, plus it's fun to not have to choose between Donald and the world-specific characters. Because let's be honest, you always got rid of Donald. Even better, Donald and Goofy no longer seem to waste items willy-nilly, though I can't really say their presence feels super important. They did save my ass a time or two in the last world though, so there's that. If you're not a fan of the floaty combat introduced as far back as Birth by Sleep, I'm sorry to say that this game will not prove as a solution to the issue for you. Though I do feel that the size of the worlds and the meatiness of every hit makes the combat feel engaging, even if Air Combo Plus is the most second-busted ability in the game. As far as general difficulty, I think the community on whole has come to the conclusion that this is probably one of the easiest Kingdom Hearts games to beat due to the amount of invulnerability you can get from triangle commands. The only section during which I died was the final boss, but I played through on standard mode, so take that with a grain of salt. Overall, I'd say this is the best feeling Kingdom Hearts combat we've ever had, even if the game is a bit on the easier side. Hopefully we get a critical mode ASAP. I'd be remiss not to talk about the Gummy Ship, and while it's never been my favorite part of Kingdom Hearts, I don't find it hard to say that in Kingdom Hearts 3 the Gummy Ship is at the very least easier than ever to get into. Whether you like to build your own ships or go with the blueprints that you can buy from the store, you will most likely enjoy your time in space. Kingdom Hearts 3 has ditched the linear levels of previous games, and you can now fly in an open world environment. Out in space you can take pictures of constellations, pick a fight with the Heartless, or solve puzzles for extra treasures and bonus gummies. Warp stations let you choose where you'd like to launch from. If you hate the mode entirely, you only have to fly to each planet once before unlocking the ability to warp whenever. Kingdom Hearts 3 has also added some new elements to the game that can be rather enjoyable, or really annoying depending on how much you like collecting. Cooking with Little Chef, or Remy for those of you who've seen Ratatouille, provides a fun little break with some mini-games that give you relevant stat boosts for the meals you cook. New to Kingdom Hearts 3 is the Gummy Phone, which is like the journal of previous games, but with some cool mini-games and story involvement as well. Taking pictures on the Gummy Phone to find lucky emblems and play mini-games can be fun, though I prefer to just take goofy selfies with Sora. Stay on the lookout for posters and large chests with the classic Kingdom games throughout the world as well. While I didn't play any of these more than once, they are required for a 100% completion. On that note, the post-game of Kingdom Hearts 3 is not the most spectacular thing in the world, though the inclusion of battle gates and lucky emblems will leave you scouring the worlds for quite a while after you beat the main story. As always, the synthesis goal of the Ultima weapon is there, as well as ultimate weapons for Donald and Goofy. Be ready for mini-games to hunt down those Orichalcum Plus if this is your goal. At current, there's only one major boss after the final boss though. Hopefully with the DLC or patches in the future, we will see more challenge. In general, it'd be very hard to find yourself getting bored with this game, so it gets a pass from me. Let's get this out of the way now. Kingdom Hearts 3 is pretty. I mean, really pretty. Compared to every other Kingdom Hearts game we've had, this game looks amazing. For anyone that hasn't played every single game obsessively like I have, you may not know that each game through Dream Drop Distance has maintained nearly the exact same visuals as the original game, which came out in 2002. This could be partially attributed to the overwhelming amount of entries that have come out on handhelds, but even the HD remixes, or final mixes if you like your JRPGs with a little more J in them, have maintained the same look, if only a little higher resolution. Well, Kingdom Hearts 3 takes full advantage of being a main console release, and boy does it look pretty. As usual, Sora & Co. will take the look of whatever world they happen to be in at the time, from the casual black outline in the 100-acre wood to the almost photorealistic appearance of an anime boy and his animal pals in the Caribbean. Every Keyblade transformation has a unique art style with interesting visuals to go along with it. I've been thoroughly impressed with how true to form the art is in each world. The characters from Tangled, Frozen, Toy Story, and even Monsters Inc. all look as good as they did in their respective movies, if not even better, and with the recreation of some classic scenes from these movies you can definitely feel the love. Needless to say, the cutscenes in this game look better than ever and certainly aim to impress. Thankfully, the theater mode from the final mixes has returned so you can relive any cinematic at any time. While the graphical upgrades are amazing, Kingdom Hearts 3 never feels like it's out of place with the rest of the series, remaining true to form at all times. In my playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 3, I maintained the default settings for the standard PS4 Slim, and very rarely noticed frame dropping. Be aware that switching the graphics settings to stable has actually been noted to cause significant frame rate issues. Square has absolutely nailed the graphics in this game. Whether you are a longtime fan or this is your first Kingdom Hearts game, you will definitely be able to appreciate the work that was put into making this game look amazing. As always, Kingdom Hearts knocks it out of the park with its original scores. Utada Hikaru once again provides the main theme for this game, Dearly Beloved, which in my opinion more than lives up to Simple and Clean and Sanctuary. The menu theme is beautiful, and the classic sound from UI elements make their return, giving you that Kingdom Hearts feeling right out of the gate. The instrumental versions of classic Disney songs that play in each world have a whimsical feel to them that will definitely make you smile and hum along as you play through the game. The battle theme is always a smooth transition and will get you pumped to fight some heartless nobodies and unversed no matter where you are. The voice actors almost always outdo themselves, with the usual bit of Kingdom Hearts cheese, though a few of the Disney characters whose original actors or voice actors did not make a reprisal stick out like a sore thumb. And, while I love Donald and Goofy to death, the next time I hear,
"This might be a good spot to find some ingredients,"
I might honestly throw my controller. I'd like to give props to Rutger Hauer, who voices Master Xehanort. Leonard Nimoy left some big shoes to fill with his passing, and Hauer did a very admirable performance of the character. The sound of the Keyblade in hand feels meaty, and definitely makes the combat feel more weighty and realistic. Every reaction command has a distinct sound and feeling to it. I'd say the sound designers really left no stone unturned here. Let's be real here. If you're a longtime fan of this series, you pretty much know what you're in for. Kingdom Hearts is well known for having one of the most contrived stories this side of fanfiction, but Nomura has decided to bless you newer fans with a memory archive, which goes over in brief the events of all the games up till now. Throughout the game as well, there will be some rather obvious catch-up sections to help clue you in if you haven't played everything. Kingdom Hearts 3 provides closure on around 90% of the story, so if you were expecting to feel completely satisfied with an ending here, don't get your hopes up too high. I'd say this game is best experienced in the moment, just sit back and enjoy the ride you're on. As a warning, there are some moments that can be skipped over, even accidentally, so keep your eyes out and make sure you're not to skip the little things if you're invested in getting every little bit of story. As usual, there's a secret ending. I'd rather not spoil how to get it if you're looking to get it naturally, or you can always look it up elsewhere. There are also secret reports that can be found through the battle gates. I definitely recommend finishing each battle gate and reading up on these for some extra insight and world building. Lots of big strides are being made, and these might just answer some questions for you in the end. The return of familiar faces should be a cathartic release for most, and made me overjoyed in the end. Though I feel the ending has left a lot of questions that the community will be discussing for years, I will be covering spoilers and my expectations for the story going forward in my next video. For now, I believe that Nomura has given us a worthwhile story to sink our teeth into, and feel some feels. If you don't already have a box of tissues next to you, I'd highly recommend keeping one close by. So how do I feel about Kingdom Hearts 3 overall? While the game has some very obvious flaws, I'm in love with it either way. After more than a decade, it's wonderful to finally have another console release of Kingdom Hearts and just revel in more of the wonderful world we've been given. While I don't believe this game passes Kingdom Hearts 2 in terms of my favorite entry, it is definitely a solid game and worth the purchase. I would rate this game at 8.5 to 9 hearts out of 10. I can't wait to see what Nomura has in store for us going forward. Oh, and one last thing. Thundaza is absolutely broken, and I love it.